Matthew 5:21 to 22. You have heard that it was said to those of old, "You shall not murder, and whoever murders will be in danger of the judgment." But I say to you that whoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. Context: Jesus begins a series of teachings where he deepens the meaning of the law. In this instance, he expands the commandment against murder to include unjustified anger, emphasizing that internal attitudes matter as much as external actions. Matthew 5:27 to 28. You have heard that it was said to those of old, "You shall not commit adultery." But I say to you that whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Context: Jesus continues to intensify the requirements of the law, addressing not only physical actions but also the thoughts and desires of the heart. Here, he warns against lust, equating it with adultery in God's eyes. Matthew 5:31 to 32. Furthermore, it has been said, "Whoever divorces his wife, let him give her a certificate of divorce." But I say to you that whoever divorces his wife for any reason except sexual immorality causes her to commit adultery. And whoever marries a woman who is divorced commits adultery. Context: Jesus addresses the issue of divorce, intensifying the Old Testament teaching by emphasizing the sanctity of marriage. He allows divorce only on the grounds of sexual immorality, warning against unjustified divorce that leads to adultery. Matthew 5:33 to 37. Again you have heard that it was said to those of old, "You shall not swear falsely, but shall perform your oaths to the Lord." But I say to you, do not swear at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne, nor by the earth, for it is his footstool, nor by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great King. Nor shall you swear by your head, because you cannot make one hair white or black. But let your yes be yes, and your no, no. For whatever is more than these is from the evil one. Context: Jesus speaks against taking oaths lightly. He encourages his followers to be people of truth, where their simple words should be trustworthy without needing to swear by anything. Matthew 5:38 to 42. You have heard that it was said, "An eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth." But I tell you not to resist an evil person. But whoever slaps you on your right cheek, turn the other to him also. If anyone wants to sue you and take away your tunic, let him have your cloak also. And whoever compels you to go 1 mile, go with him 2. Give to him who asks you, and from him who wants to borrow from you do not turn away. Context: Jesus teaches radical non-retaliation and generosity. He challenges the Old Testament law of equal retribution by urging his disciples to respond to wrongs with love and sacrifice rather than seeking personal revenge. Matthew 5:43 to 48. You have heard that it was said, "You shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy." But I say to you, love your enemies, bless those who curse you, do good to those who hate you, and pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you, that you may be sons of your Father in heaven. For he makes his sun rise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the just and on the unjust. For if you love those who love you, what reward have you? Do not even the tax collectors do the same? And if you greet your brethren only, what do you do more than others? Do not even the tax collectors do so? Therefore you shall be perfect, just as your Father in heaven is perfect. Context: Jesus teaches love for enemies as a defining trait of his followers. He calls for a higher standard of righteousness, imitating God's impartial love for all people, even those who oppose or mistreat us. Please subscribe and check out the playlist of my video series on a synopsis of each book of the Bible. They're a great study tool. Thank you.